The Curse of King Tut's Tomb, 1922, Luxor, Egypt. They said the desert went silent the moment the seal cracked. Not the wind. Not a whisper. Just an ancient stillness, as if something older than history had opened its eyes. When Howard Carter lifted his lantern and peered into the black, he expected dust, bones, maybe disappointment. Instead, gold flickered back at him, heaped, layered, piled like treasure spilled from a dream. And in that breathless moment, Cairo newspapers would later write, "The curse awakened." At first, no one believed it. Carter was too methodical, too rational to feed superstition. But those who stood beside him at the threshold of Tutankhamun's chamber remembered something else: the faint scent of resin, the shimmer of sealed air untouched for 3,000 years. And a carved warning in hieroglyphs that some claimed read, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the pharaoh." The world heard about it only after the first tragedy. Lord Carnarvon, Carter's patron, had barely returned to Cairo when fever overtook him. Doctors stood helpless as infection tightened like a fist. When he died, the city lights flickered and went dark. A jackal howled across the Nile. And a correspondent wrote the headline that would ignite a century of fascination. "The Pharaoh's Curse claims its first victim." Reporters descended like locusts. Every misfortune became evidence. A cobra killed Carter's canary, a symbol of divine protection devoured by a royal guardian, they claimed. Several visitors fell ill. A financier collapsed suddenly. A traveler crashed in the desert after touching a funerary statue. Each incident, printed in bold ink and breathless tone, fed the legend until the curse felt undeniable. But inside the tomb, Carter kept working. Lantern light dancing across gold-plated chests, alabaster vessels, and the serene, almost childlike face of the boy king's mask. He refused fear. He clung to logic. Still, there were nights he stopped his brush mid-stroke, sensing a presence behind him, cold and patient, like history watching him trespass. The tension reached its peak when illness swept through the excavation team. The world braced for another headline. Yet Carter, exhausted, grieving, and carrying the weight of 1,000 rumors, walked out of the valley alive. He lived for years. Many others did too. And slowly, skeptics began to unravel the myth. Infections, coincidence, contaminated air, mundane explanations for extraordinary fear. But here's the truth the legend never let go of. It wasn't the curse itself that haunted people. It was the feeling that some doors, once opened, change us. That the past is not lifeless stone, but memory, meaning, consequence. And that when we step into ancient darkness, we're really confronting our own. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow.